Yo, Bloom, if you watching, sponsor your boy. Not that you are watching. I mean, I doubt you're watching my content, but sponsor me. I love your energy drinks. Me and my family buy them all the time at Costco. Give me more. I need more. Please. Anyways, let me stop begging. It's a camera app that gives you that film emulation and digicam look. Think of it like having a disposable camera, a Fuji camera, a film camera, half-frame cameras, Polaroid cameras, and even 3D cameras at your fingertips. And look, I know what you think, it's probably just another filter. I don't know, technically it is, but just listen. It's actually changing how the phone is taking the photo. It changes how the camera captures light, affects how it handles grain, and even like if there's halation, how it handles halation, color, and exposure. It feels different. Alright guys, so I have it on my lock screen right there, and I just press it. I actually moved my camera button on my home screen to where the Dazz Cam app is, so now I just automatically open that Dazz Cam app. I still have my basic camera app on there just in case, but whatever. But yeah, see, open the screen. And as you see, it's on my default camera of choice right now. We'll get into that in a bit. So when you open up the Dazz Cam camera app, the first thing you're going to see is a whole library of camera options. And it's a lot. And to be real, when you first open the app, it can be very overwhelming at the options. There are even video cameras, but we're not going to get into those. I might do a follow-up video on the video functions. I don't know. And just in case you still don't believe me that I'm on the free version, look, it says Dazz Pro, unlock all cameras and accessories. There you go. I'm not lying. They break it down in categories, so if you hit these 3 lines, you can see all the cameras that you can add and the accessories that come along with it. And I have every single camera selected. I might go through, because honestly, I'd just be playing around different options. But to be real, I might remove some cameras. They break it down to categories. You got the digital cameras, you got the vintage cameras, you got the vintage 135 cameras, you got the vintage 120s, the Instax, the 3Ds, and it just goes on and on and on. You even get Super 8 cameras and stuff like that. You get the medium format, like style of look as well for the cameras, so that's kind of cool. Now let me show you my favorite rotation of cameras that I use kind of on a daily basis. The CPM 35. This was my starter camera that I use. I think it's the default camera that you use. It's goated. I love this camera. Something about it. It nailed that vintage look. The grain is there. It's sometimes a little too much at times. It's got a punchy look. The colors are vivid. Great all-arounder, especially outdoors. Now, when you combine it with a flash as well, it just looks so good. It has that aesthetic that everybody's chasing, it seems like. So, yeah. And what's cool about these cameras is that there are settings. So you can go in here, you can change like which camera you want. If you want the ultra wide, 24, 35, 50, and 100 times, which is really cool. And then you can also change the date, like the aspect ratio. You can have timestamp or no timestamps, which is really cool. It's a good, simple, basic camera. Editing Michael here. So something I forgot to mention is that you can also do a double exposure effect on this app as well. And if you don't know what double exposure is, it's basically, Alexa, what's a double exposure image?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Well, you take 2 photos and combine them with 2 different exposures, and you get a really cool effect that you can do in film photography or digital. So there's a little icon with 2 squares overlapping each other. You click on that, and then you select which images you want to overlap and do that effect on. So it's really cool thing to play around with, and yeah, just have fun with. That's basically what this app comes down to, is that. But yeah, I forgot to mention that. I just out in the edit. So yeah, peace. You can also change the exposure and the white balance of the image as well. Next up is the Golf 3D camera. I love doing this one when I just want to have a little more fun with it. The Golf 3D cam gives you that old school 3D photo effect. It's super unique and it's a vibe. So here you can change the color profile, aka the film stock. You can also change the time, which is kind of cool. The background color, you can have it borderless or not. So yeah, you can put on a timer, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna take one of you guys real quick. And then what's cool is that there's also a zoom function on it. So you can take it and then zoom in if you want to get a crazy effect. I don't know how well I did it there, but we'll say honorable mention here. This isn't in my script or anything, but the actual D3D one is fire, and there's a prism effect you can throw on there. And then this is where the paid version comes in. If you need the ND, there's an ND option, but you have to pay for it, and I'm not about that, so I'm not going to do that. And then this one gives you more of that 3D vibe. So the D-half is a half frame camera simulation, meaning you get 2 frames in one shot. Low key, I never really used this personally. I think I used it once or twice testing while I was on vacation. And yeah, I mean, it's a cool app. I like the black and white vibe, as you guys know from my feed on Instagram and YouTube, but I don't think I'm gonna gravitate it a lot. But it's still a good one to use if I just want to have fun with it. I just realized I completely skipped over a camera that I really wanted to talk about, and that is the FXNR. There's a lot of R's in these names for some reason, but the FXNR, this camera is a fully auto cam, meaning there's no settings that you can adjust on this camera specifically. Now, why is that the case? Because this camera is emulating a simple disposable film camera. It's warm, it's grainy, and it's, I want to say, slightly overexposed. It's the camera you go to when you want to emulate that disposable film camera look, but you don't want to go out and buy a disposable film camera. It makes photos look like they were taken at a house party. OFMR, my #1 go-to camera that I have on constantly. I love this camera. Guys, I kid you not, while I'm editing this video, I'm going back and forth with the edits of this video. I kid you not, while editing this video, Dazz Cam released an update. It's crazy. I was just thinking to myself, I wish I had a black and white camera, because if you guys see my IG feed or even YouTube, I love black and white. And they just came out with a ton of different color profile, and you can turn grain on and off, and you can choose to have a border. So these are the different color profiles right here. So I'm going to flash on screen the examples of the new different profiles along with the border, with what the border looks like, and grain/no grain. My personal favorite is the black and white, as you already know. So I'm stoked for that. Ooh, I'm about to abuse this black and white. So I think the OFMR just became my personal favorite camera. Also, excuse the audio. That's all I can deal with. Guys, I swear Dazz Cam is the gift that keeps on giving, because I also just found out that that new update with that camera, they're based off motion picture stock. So if you want that vintage Kodak look to your images, that's the one to do it with. You can adjust the exposure, tweak the color, and it still looks incredible. For me personally, I love the warmer, underexposed tones in my images. The colors on this one are just gorgeous. It's got this warm, slightly faded quality that feels like real film without going over the top. FXNR. This is also a good daily as well. It's got the prism effects, and it's got the prism effect, which is really cool. And you can also go in and change the aspect ratio. There's even a 235:1. So it's that CinemaScope look. I like a 4:3 or 1:1 look for me personally. Same idea with the FXNR, tons of flexibility. Great auto settings, and this one leans a little cooler in tone. So if you want that moodier look, this is your camera. Okay, so this next camera is also slowly becoming my favorite, and I actually used it a ton on my vacation back in January, and it is the Insta SQC. Basically, it's an Instax camera, or a Polaroid camera. There's a Polaroid camera, but I mean, it's in the paid version, but to be honest, it's probably the same thing as the Instax one. So if you like that Polaroid look, this one is for you. It's one that you can pull out when you want something to feel nostalgic. And I love combining this one with the star photo, with the star effect, because you get some really cool photos with that. This one you get a ton of options to play with. You have the option to have it borderless. I currently have mine borderless as well. You can have random light leaks. I up mine to 20% because that's what I like. And jitter as well, which is kind of cool. You can also change the color of the frame that prints out and have background color if you really want to. So as I've stated before, and I'm not lying, I only use the free version. That's it. For the last 2 years, I have stayed loyal to using the free version because I'm not going to pay monthly for an app. Or is it one-time payment? I think it's a monthly thing. But that's it. I haven't paid for a single thing in this app. And I'm not telling you to do it either. Now, if you want to, you can. You don't have to. I'm not going to make money off that, so that's all you. But you get access to a massive amount of cameras. More than you'll probably ever use. There's also an editing app they've integrated as well, tailored to your branding or aesthetic. And I've shot some of my favorite photos on the free version. Even on cameras where you don't have much control, most of them let you adjust your brightness or exposure. Slightly underexposing can make a huge difference and give you that darker, moodier film look. Hi, babies. Yes, hi, baby girl. I can't... hold on. Everybody say hi to Xena. But honestly, if you've been sleeping on this app, go download it right now. Just do it. And your Instagram aesthetic will thank you. I'll link it in the description for you. Again, I make no money off this. They don't even know I'm making this video. They have no ties to me whatsoever. I just want to put you guys on game. Alright? Alright guys, if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe button as well. I'll talk more about other camera apps if you want to. If you have a camera app you want me to check out, let me know in the comments down below. Or if you've used Dazz Cam already, send me some photos on Instagram at Michael Taylor Productions. Or tell me your thoughts about the app in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. Keep on shooting. Peace!